remembrance is not enough to burn the sin. You need fire. So, the third type of remembrance is called troublesome remembrance. Anybody had that experience? Oh, Baba, your remembrance is so troublesome that I can't forget you. In Hindi, the word is beautiful, satane wali yaad. Sometimes in Sakar Murlis, Baba says, some children remember me so much that they disturb my sleep. Of course, Shiva Baba don't sleep, but when you remember so much, Baba has to make emergency landing in Brahma Baba's body to give you response. It has happened in the yajna, some cases. So what we are talking this evening is the third type of remembrance. This time, when you go back from Madhuban, you must have this question. Oh, Baba's remembrance is so troublesome. I can't get him out of my sight. I can't take him out of my heart. Do you have any yukti? So, remembrance in the form of fire. So, that is called tapasya. Tapasya, tap means fire. Tapasya means fiery form, heating process. Rishis and munis have done tapasya, of course, concentrating on the element of light. To some extent, they have attained the benefit. So first we have to transform yoga into remembrance and remembrance into tapasya, intense remembrance. And then it should turn into fire, yoga fire, yoga agni. Now imagine in front of you fire. What are the 4 things that comes to your mind that could create fire? Before that, I just wanted to share what is volcanic, fiery form of remembrance. Number 1, fiery form volcanic remembrance is a remembrance like a lighthouse and a might house, constantly emitting light and might. Secondly, volcanic remembrance is possible only in the soul world. So it is a seed stage. It is being a mustard seed, totally ignited light. There is no question of on and off. And thirdly, very important for volcanic remembrance is what relationship I must choose in remembering Baba to make my remembrance volcanic, fire. We have father, we have mother, teacher, guru, many relationships, but those relationships will not help me to create fire. So it is the relationship of the beloved and lover. Sajan and Sajani. So when I dive deep into this relationship, you are lost. You are lost in the fire of love. So fire ignites fire. So when you have ignited that much of love, unadulterated, unbroken love for the beloved, so that actually ignites the fire of yoga. That is volcano. You know, the heat of the volcano. So this is what we call it as Lagan mein magan. So you are totally lost in love. Like a moth jumping into the flame, becoming flame. That's all. Everything happens. So it is something connected with relationship also. And the power of volcanic yoga is so strong, just like a volcano, when it becomes alive, you know, the lava that is produced from the volcano, lava, it can reach out to far away places, melt the hardest rocks. So hot. Of course, that heat of this physical volcano is created over a period of time. It is not overnight. You know, volcano becomes active after so many years. So when my relationship with Baba becomes so deep and so strong over a period of time, I create that volcanic experience which not only purifies the soul but purifies the elements of matter also. So it is something connected with, I would say, the third form of transformation, metamorphosis. So you are totally transformed in that fire of yoga. Now let us look into the important dharana that is necessary to have such volcanic feeling, such fire of yoga in our meditation experiences. Number one, very important requirement is power of concentration. You need to have power of concentration. You need to have introversion. That will help me to go into the depth of one, diving deep. And thirdly, I need to have, as I said earlier, unadulterated, unbroken love for one. And fourthly, total purity. Purity and yoga go together. They are like seesaw. One cannot exist without the other. So keep these four things and check your dharana. My level of purity, my practice of introversion, my love for Baba, and most important thing, concentration. Now, what are some of the things that we can use this as analogy to understand these 4 dharana points. Say, for example, concentration, which is one of the things that exist in our world that has natural heat that can burn anything. So you can visualize the physical sun. The physical sun is light and filled with might. I have done this experiment when I was a science student in the college. They used to ask us to put a paper below the convex lens and allow the rays of the sun to concentrate. And something used to happen. The paper used to get burned. So we thought it was a magic. It was not magic, it was practical. The heat that is produced due to concentration created that fire. And so I need to increase my power of concentration, that is pinpointedness. One Baba and none other. It's a kind of all kinds of waste must cease to exist. No waste, zero waste. You cannot have concentration, having waste on one side and then try to have pure thoughts. It's not possible. So when I improve, when I master the power of concentration, the rays of light and might from the sun of knowledge penetrate into my subconscious mind. The rays should reach out to my subconscious mind and burn the old sanskara, the seed of the sanskara. Why Baba is asking us to have volcanic yoga? Because we have not burnt the seed of our sanskara. We have only trimmed our habits, but the seed is still there. So volcanic remembrance, the fire of yoga, will burn the seed of the sanskara through concentration. And then the proof is that you return to your eternal, original nature, original sanskara. So one experiment we can do in yoga sometimes to increase our power of concentration, the symbol of sun of knowledge, and receiving the rays of knowledge and allowing the rays to totally melt the deep-rooted sanskaras. The second thing that is very important, as I mentioned, introversion. Without introversion, I cannot stabilize myself in one point. So introversion in Hindi, it is called antarmukta. So the mouth, the mind of the soul, the face of the soul is mind. So when my mind is focused on Baba, Man Mana Bhav stage, that means you have entered your private room, Brukuti, this is my kuti, this is my seat of the soul, and introvert means I sit in that seat and go deep into my inner world. That is why sometimes we have heard example of baking bricks are given, right? Batti. They say they are baking bricks. So when they put mud, the heat inside is temperature is so high that the mud turns into bricks if it is baked at particular temperature. So introversion is a very important requirement for volcanic yoga. I remember 14 years of tapasya dadis did in Karachi. 3 months Baba made them to be introverted. That means no speech and no thinking. Just be. All the activities are going on, everybody is doing their duties, but in silence. Silence is very, very important. That helps to be introvert so that I am able to create the heat. My mind is totally focused. You are in your room. It's your private room and focused on one point. So experiment and see how transformation takes place. It is like batti. Furnace, you put yourself into furnace and you come out as a baked brick. The third example that comes to my mind is yajna. Baba also created yajna. Yajna means fire. Why do people create yajna? For 2 reasons. Because of famine, for the rain to come, and because of too much rain, for rain to stop. So, because of some natural calamities, yajna is created. And what do they do when they do yajna? They create a fire site and they offer sesame seed, ghee, all these rice, everything. So the aroma that is produced out of that yajna kund purifies the atmosphere. So we have to make sure that we sacrifice, not just surrender only. For volcanic yoga, I need to die alive. As Baba said in a couple of days ago, I don't know, today or yesterday, you have to die alive. Because when you are dead, the whole world is dead for you. So that means I sacrifice myself totally. My identity is lost. If I am still holding my identity, so still I and my consciousness is existing, I am not experiencing volcanic stage, fiery foam. I sometimes think about the lightning in the sky. See, first of all, there is lightning, and how does that lightning happens? When the 2 clouds clash. Am I right? And then when that 2 lightning clash together, it becomes thunder. And people say when there is lightning, you should not be standing in an open space. You will be burnt. Have you heard? Lightning can kill people. It has so much power. That is only 5 elements. Just imagine, I am point of light, soul, pure, originally, eternally, pure soul. And when I touch the light of ever pure God, as Muni Ben said yesterday, why God is called purifier? Because He is pure fire. So when this fire, I the light, touch the pure fire, what comes out of it? Volcano, fiery foam. You don't need to be in that stage for hours like that. You know, it is the depth what is important, not the duration. That depth is so great that it can destroy so many impurities in no time. So this is why yajna, sacrifice, is very important to experience volcanic stage, so that we can bring out that aroma, the original eternal nature of the soul, and purify the elements of matter. The last one is very, very important. As I said, the relationship with Baba. Volcanic yoga is not a static stage. You know, it is very live, very much alive. It is a relationship of the soul as a bride with the bridegroom. Have you tasted the love of the bridegroom as a bride comparing to other relationship? It is very exclusive and it is very unadulterated. And so I must go into the experience of being with Baba in that relationship. So I need to, because there are 3 stages. Manan, when you start to contemplate, reflect on this relationship, then you get into the stage called Lagan. Manan, Lagan, then Lagan mein Magan. Then you get lost in that Lagan. You know, Lagan in Hindi is called marriage. When people get married, they say, oh, today is their wedding, Lagan. So once I get engaged to the bridegroom, my Lagan begins, right? My relationship begins. My love begins to flow. And if I consider that one as everything to me, how to make remembrance troublesome, so it becomes fire, I need to make Baba my part and parcel of my life. You know, we say for the sake of saying one Baba, none other, but there is another one also. So, but it has to be like, you know, unadulterated love, except Baba, exclusive remembrance. That is called troublesome remembrance. No one, nothing is included. So that love, that pure love, that beauty in which you will get lost cannot be compared to anything of this world. So next time if you want to experiment volcanic remembrance, don't try to practice in a static way. Make it become alive. Take the relationship with Baba as a beloved and lover, so that the remembrance becomes so frequent, you embody it. So that is why in sometimes Baba calls it also, fire of yoga is like becoming embodiment of remembrance. Remembrance and more remembrance. So your remembrance will be so volcanic that Baba begins to remember you. You know, the fire of yoga ignites to such an extent, you become equal to Baba. What it means for a moth to jump into the flame, it becomes a flame itself, isn't it? The identity is lost. So when we create such fortress, when we create such a powerful stage, where do you see yourself? In the soul world. You are not of this world. I, the soul, equal to the Father, I am in my perfect, complete, satoguni, karmatis stage. So that is why we say that you cannot experience volcanic remembrance as you are walking, talking, eating, you know. Yeah, you can experience relationship with Baba, but if you want to dive and get lost, Vedantipen was defining volcanic yoga one day saying, you get lost and you disappear. That is volcanic. You get lost and disappear. You know, like the river merge into the ocean, become ocean. We don't see any difference where the ocean merges, right? So that means I need to emerge so much love. That's why I said, first of all, you have to ignite the fire of love. The question should come to your mind, I can't forget Baba. I just cannot forget Baba. What to do? I remember when Baba became Sakar, Baba became Avyakt, Dadis had this problem. What problem? They couldn't get Baba out of their sight. They couldn't forget Baba. So what they did? They engaged themselves doing service. So they diverted their mind doing service so that some of that pull can reduce, but still it is not possible. No, Baba often gives the example of Laila, Majnu, the beloved and lover. No, they don't see anyone except like Majnu. They don't love each other because of vice, but there is only attraction. So he only see Laila, Laila, Laila everywhere, nothing else. So they say in the story that he was running wild in the forest And he was just seeing Laila and nothing else. And one Muslim brother was doing some prayer. So he walked on him. He didn't see him also. He only saw his lover. So the Muslim brother who was doing the prayer, he got angry. So he called him. You didn't see me praying Allah here? You walked on me like this? You know what that Majnu said? Your love for God is such that you can see me. My love for Laila is better. That I couldn't even see you. Right? So why people say love makes you blind? Because you just see the one with whom you have fallen in love. So who is called an angel? Not who loves God, but the one who has fallen in love. So if you want to have volcanic yoga, fall in love. Huh? How many hearts you have? You have only one heart. So you fall in love, finish. Broken heart becomes full heart. So there is nothing but Baba. So it is not a dry experience. You know, many people share with me, oh, how was your yoga today? Oh, sister, it was so powerful, you know. My forehead was burning like fire. I felt like so many sins burned. So that is no volcanic yoga. And somebody else say, sister, I was sitting, I felt like I getting fever, whole body got so hot. These physical feelings doesn't come, you know. Have you seen the image of Shankar? Why Shankar is shown in the crematorium with naked body, eyes open? And the story goes that when Shankar was meditating and when his third eye opened, the whole forest got burned. That is our memorial, tapasya form. What it means, in a forest got burned, that means transformation happens. So that means you need to have unlimited disinterest. Why they show Shankar in the crematorium? Crematorium represents unlimited disinterest. And why they show him naked? Bodiless stage. You cannot experience volcanic yoga without becoming bodiless. Over a period of time, I need to create that bodiless stage so that I am able to ignite that fire. So what it means, the third eye open and forest got burned. It is the eye of perfection. When my eye of perfection opens, there is transformation. You know? So Baba is waiting for that time. Means I have to allow the third eye to open, which means to return to my bodiless stage. So I need to practice soul consciousness so much during the day that I totally become detached from the body. Not only detachment, I also need to go one stage above for volcanic yoga, that is called beyond. You know, upram. So when I am beyond, being beyond, and when I have an attitude of unlimited disinterest, my feet of intellect is lifted. So I need to check myself. Where are my pulls? No, we can see very clearly when we sit in yoga where our attachment is, where our desires are. I remember once Dadi Gulzar was telling, look, mind and intellect has only two places to go. Either it goes towards relationship because of attachment, or it goes towards attainments because of unfulfilled desires. But if you have all relationships with Baba and all attainments from Baba, where will the mind and intellect go? It will stay with Baba. You will live in Baba's world. But many of us want to experience volcanic yoga living in two worlds. You know, Baba's world and this world. That is not possible. I just need to create an attitude of unlimited disinterest, so that my intellect is lifted from all four corners: body, bodily relation, worldly objects and old sanskaras. Then I am free. Then I can become like a flying bird, go beyond and connect with Baba. So this is very, very important in order to create that powerful yoga stage. And one more before we finish, because the time is up. You know, Baba often talks about 8 hours chart. If you want to create fire of yoga, you need to have at least minimum 8 hours of chart. So how many of you have 8 hours? Quality. So why 8 hours? Why not 7 hours or 9 hours? Actually, why Baba says 8 hours, that is the maximum time required for making yoga power. Yog bal. To create yoga into power, that is the minimum point. Just like water has a boiling point. The water cannot boil until it reaches the boiling point. Ice cannot melt until it reaches the melting point, right? So I cannot melt my sins until I have that quality remembrance for 8 hours. So take this homework with you this time. Many times Baba has said, but this time seriously, to create the fiery form, I need to have Yog Bal. And Yog Bal, yoga becomes Bal, power, when I have that quality 8 hours. Not struggling remembrance, but really that focused, concentrated remembrance, so that I am able to see the transformation that is happening. I think I have to stop here because of the 7 o'clock class is showing. So we don't have much time to have a practical experimentation of yoga, but I am sure you have understood what is volcanic yoga and what are the requirements, how to approach that subject. So if you can start creating your own timetable, then you are able to bring the transformation. So without fire of love ignited in the heart, I would suggest first experiment with the relationship. Increase your love for Baba as a beloved and lover, and go deep into that relationship. Lagan. Get lost in that relationship so that you become like the flame. And so that flame not only purifies me, but it also purifies the 5 elements of matter. You know, the lava of volcano is compared to the vibrations. You know, like Baba says, attitude creates vibration, vibrations create atmosphere. So the lava that is produced with our volcanic stage is the powerful vibration that can transform 5 elements of matter. So let us experiment some of this while we are here and make that change, giving ourselves a challenge. So as the clock is showing time, so I need to stop here. So anyway, we'll have a few minutes of meditation experience before 7. We still have a few minutes. So sit now straight and let us experiment troublesome remembrance for a few minutes. So that Baba's sleep can be disturbed. We remember Baba so much that he has to respond to our remembrance. So let us become totally concentrated in the present moment. Let go of the past and don't worry about the future. You are now here in the present. ओम शांति. लाल लाइट कर सकते हैं. I allow my body to sit comfortably. For this time, I allow all the sounds of this world to fade away at a distance. I become aware of myself as a living light, sparkling light in the center of my forehead. I am totally separate, distinct from this body, my costume. I am the master of this costume. I can come into the body or go beyond the body. Now, in 1 second, I move away from this body. I am moving beyond as a being of light, moving beyond the 5 elements of matter. beyond the subtle regions. I enter into the region of golden red light. I am light. I am in my home, the sweet silence home. I, the being of light, I absorb this silence. In this home of golden red light, I see myself in front of Baba, the Supreme Light. The Supreme Light is emitting so much light. I am bathing in the rays of light, of peace, of love. Baba, the Son of Knowledge, is showering me with His light and might. I come closer and closer to Baba. I, the being of light, I am pulled like a magnet to the love of the beloved. Baba, my beloved, is showering such selfless love, unconditional love, unlimited love. I am bathing in the waves of God's love. I enjoy these moments of being lost in the ocean of love. I have become one with the ocean. This fire of love that is ignited in my heart is reaching my subconscious mind and melting my deep sanskaras. I have returned to my original, eternal nature like God. Stay lost in this ocean of love, enjoying exclusive love from Baba for you, for me. from a distance, emerging my original eternal nature. I, the soul, slowly return. To this corporeal world, incarnate into this body to play my role. I am love. I am lost in the love of God. A being of love, radiating God's love. Om Shanti. Shanti.